and that is Michael Zionist Flappaport, who decided to try to jump in our politics. Well, first of all, he's from New York, so I understand if he wants to say anything political and all this other mess, he has a right to do so. But now he told me he want to run for mayor in 2029, and I know currently he is on that show, The Traitors. I haven't gotten around to watching it yet. I do want to get around to watching it. And shout out to Boston Rob and Bob the Drag Queen because they are doing a after show podcast together regarding the show. So, and I think that's a really good match in regards to them. But anyway, so yeah, Michael Rapaport, who thought he was so clever about coming up with the title Zohran the Moron, is now saying that he is planning on running for mayor because he doesn't like Zohran Mamdani. Good luck, because like Curtis Sliwa, you having a rat's chance of hell of even becoming mayor of New York. So spend all your reality TV, watch what happens live, guest appearance money, all you want. I don't know if you get paid for it, he probably does. But for the watch what happens live stuff. But because and then we need Kenya Moore to come and cuss his ass out again. But yeah, it's just like you're not going to win because nobody's going to take your idiot behind serious. So Michael Rapaport's opposition to New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani has become so total that he's decided to run to replace him. The mass, not I know he was not on no damn Mass Singer. Thanks for the Mass Singer star. Shout out to Entertainment Weekly for this story, by the way. Welcome, listeners, to the latest episode of his I Am Flappaport podcast on Monday by rattling off. Welcome to the Ziggy Zone of Disruption. My name is Michael Rapaport, aka Mayor Rapaport, aka Mayor. What? AKA, why would you write AKA Mayor Rapaport twice? Or Mr. Mayor Rapaport, AKA the Gringo Mandingo. Child, you wish your dick was big. Talking about some goddamn Gringo Mandingo, AKA the inflamed Ashkenaz. What? Okay, you got a dumb bunch of fucking names. And call him the Sultan of Sniff. What, did you do some of that sniffing before you got on the live or your little podcast? Because you must be on that powder based on you come up with these stupid ass names. Now, for the following hour, he continued to obliquely to refer to himself as Mayor Rapaport until the final few minutes where he made his big announcement, saying, "Let me tell you something, guys, girls, women, children of all ages. 2025 was crazy, and I don't see it getting any effing calmer or cooler in 2026. The way things started, that's why I'm running for mayor." Well, shouldn't you have done that back when Zoran was running up against Curtis Sliwa and Cuomo? But I guess it was just too much going on. Nobody was going to take your dumb ass seriously. They would have laughed you out the room. Just like I'm sure when you made this announcement, they laughed you out the room for that. Now, Rappaport noted that he actually announced my proposal previously. Indeed, a post shared to his Instagram on Thursday bore the caption, "Born, raised NYC, nothing's free, no BS, no fake grins. I'll own my mistakes, apologize when I screw up." Well, that's a goddamn lie, because there's been many of things that you've come out here and made, which is pretty much a lot of Zionist talking points that you've been spewing and a lot of anti Muslim stuff that you have said towards Zoran. So for you to sit up here and say that you apologize when you screw up and own up to your mistakes, no, you haven't. You haven't done it. So what are you talking about, Willis? And he said he's going to fight to make this city safe, affordable, and thriving. Well, we got affordable and thriving. That is basically what Zoran is currently working on because that's what he ran on. But you talking about making the city safe, you saying a bunch of nothing. I need examples, sir. And then, of course, he's about you got Zoran the Moron now. Mayor Rappaport is coming. The actor has been one of the newly elected Mayor Zohran Mamdani's most vocal and crudest critics since he emerged as a Democratic frontrunner last summer. Rappaport frequently dedicated time on his podcast, many social media posts, and gave interviews on right-wing news channels in which he trashed the 34-year-old politician, often citing his criticism of Israel and Muslim identity as points of contention, which, of course, he's making these. He's just a racist. And this is why I can't believe that some of you Negroes had the unlitigated gall to invite this clown ass palm person to the cookout. Had we revoked his invitation? Because just because he did High Learning and a couple other black centric movies, y'all gave him all this accolades like he was a part of it. And yeah, I understand because you was a Jewish kid from Brooklyn and all this other stuff. That definitely tracks in a lot of situations. I'm not saying all Jews are like that because I got a lot of young Jewish friends too. So who are very much not Zionists. and very pro-Israel with all that other stuff. But if you don't like the way that shit is going down in New York City, sir, you could pack your shit up and leave. You could take your behind and go to LA or go to Israel if that's what you all cooking for. And that's the thing that's been irritating me about all these politics and stuff, is that they keep asking, well, what are you going to do about Israel and all this stuff? I'm like, Israel's not a part of the United States. Yeah, y'all are trying to indoctrinate and infiltrate a lot of our politics, but Israel's not a part of the United States. Zohran's thing is worrying about what to do regarding the Jewish people of New York City. I also hope that you're not just going to only worry about Jews in New York, because last time I checked, they're not the only demographic that lives here. What you going to do about the protection of Asian people, of Hispanics, meaning Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Ecuadorians, Colombians, El Salvadorians, and they live all over. There's a lot of the mixture, Colombians, Ecuadorians, that sort of thing, that lives in Queens. Then you have a lot of the Puerto Ricans, Dominicans that live in the Bronx and Harlem and that sort of thing. So you got to focus on all. I don't need you to just only focus on the Jewish community, because they're not the only people that make up New York. It's a melting pot. And that's why I'm hoping that, because you are this young, new person who they always want, the first Muslim mayor, and also, they always want to put that in the headline. Like that's not, he's more than just that. And I love the fact that a lot of y'all was seething over the fact that, yeah, he was sworn in with the Quran, because if it was, somebody that came in that was a Jewish man was sworn in with the Torah, y'all would not have this type of energy. Or when a Catholic person comes in and is sworn in with a Bible, y'all don't have that same. Y'all don't. That's not the only. Y'all don't only just focus on that. But when it's somebody else that's like a Zohran, then all of a sudden y'all want to come in with these Islamophobic talking points, and that's literally what this idiot over on the right continues to do. I just wish there was somebody out here that was willing to call him out on his bullshit besides me. So he also took a similar approach on Monday's edition of his podcast, saying, "We have a ish stain at the helm right now." Oh, you mean the shit, that stain that's talking? Because one of the things, I would never want to be in the close proximity of um Michael Rapaport, because he spits when he talks. He's kind of like those velociraptors in Jurassic Park. Like, they spit in your face or whatever, and they paralyze you before they eat you. That's what it gives when he is like, I might have to wear a whole visor with a shield on my face if I'm going to come in close proximity to his ass. So he's talking about he got an itch stain right now. And mind you, he's only been mayor for 6 days, but apparently he's a shit stain running the country or running New York City. Mind you, where was all this energy when we had that damn corrupt ass politician that we just kicked the fuck out of office, Mayor Eric Adams? Where was the energy for that? Now, if he has spoken out about some stuff, I don't know. I don't listen to his tight ass podcast. He doesn't interest me. I think he's an idiot. So if he has mentioned things about him, let me know in the comments. I don't think he has. But if you're going to come out here and make these accusations, you need to have that same energy for the other people that was in office too. You don't even know Zohran, and you're just making all these allegations. Zohran will eat your ass up, and you can't take him because you're an idiot. And then he says, it's an effing reality. I think it's going to supersede our wildest fears and expectations. Zohran the zero, Zohran the xyophobe. He's going to supersede all our fears and expectations. So he's out here with the fear mongering. And that's why I said, if you don't like it, pack your shit and leave. Isn't that what y'all always say when it's somebody in office that we like and y'all don't? If you don't like it, pack your shit and leave New York. We don't want your ugly ass here any damn way. Then he says, people are like, it's upcoming. It's in 2029. You got to prepare now. What would Kobe do? Well, I don't know what Kobe would do. Kobe's dead. And there's no shade to Kobe. But if you're going to actually bring up somebody current. Bring up somebody who's actually, out here doing some shit. Mention LeBron or something. You talk about fucking Kobe. You're literally showing your age with this comment. If Kobe was running for mayor of New York City, what would he do? He'd be preparing right now. He'd be waking up at 4:30 in the morning. Did I wake up at 4:30 this morning? F no. Rapaport continued, but we are preparing. How you preparing? If you're gonna make an analogy that you woke he wakes up at 4:30 in the morning. That means you're not taking this shit seriously. You're using this for attention. You're using this to jump on social media to get us all riled up. Not all, because I'm just going to say what I want to say regardless. But you just want to come online, say stuff, get people all riled up. Excuse me, when the majority have spoken, it was time for a regime change. If politicians was out here, Republican or Democrat, was doing what needed to be done, we wouldn't have to go to the point of, you know what, we need somebody who's a democratic socialist who's going to come in and give um work on getting better health care for New Yorkers and free buses. I don't know how he's going to make that work, but he's going to work on it. And also free child health, child care and and working on bettering the educational system in New York. So all the things that he said he's going to be working on, I'm going to give him the 4 years that he needs to do what he needs to do. I'm always open for trying new things. You can't, as I've said many times, you can't keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over again and expecting a different result. And for far too long, people have voted for the very same thing, part of the establishment, and the establishment doesn't change. So sometimes you got to get something new, fresh, and whatever in there. Isn't that what y'all thought y'all was getting with Trump? And you already see what's happening now. I'm thinking that man was anti-establishment. But the man is the epitome of establishment, born with a silver spoon in his mouth. So you can't be somebody who's against the establishment when you were born into the establishment and you love being a part of the establishment. But he fed y'all the lie and people fell for it. And now, slowly but surely, you got some of the maggots that are realizing they were scammed, they were con. But sometimes it takes them hitting the rock bottom for someone to wake up. And I don't think there's any change in Michael's opinion, and that's fine. We don't need to. But the thing is that you don't have a rat's chance in hell to become mayor. You lack what a lot of the generation likes now, charisma. There's nothing charismatic about you. You're a fucking shit stain. You're annoying. You have the nerve to talk about Zohran being a shit stain. I feel like that sounds like projecting to me. So he says, do I think people are going to be getting chased around New York City with pitchforks? No, but he is softening the palate for so many effing things. He's got a huge fucking ego. He's got a fucking ego. A fucking evil fucking grin? What? You think about just throwing the F word about 4 or 5 times in a sentence that makes you sound smart? I curse a lot on this show. But what evidence do you have? Oh, he's got this evil grin. I'm like, what are you talking about? At least he can smile because unlike you, he has lips. So I don't understand the whole, oh, he's got this evil smirk, this effing grin. I'm like, what are you talking about? You sound like a hater. That's what this literally sounds like. It sounds like the man that's aging like rotten ass milk, expired milk, is mad because he doesn't have the charisma of a Zohran. He's not as attractive as Zohran. He's not somebody who literally can walk into a room and own it like a Zohran or Nene Leaks. So you just sound like you coming from a place of jealousy and hate. And all I got to say about that, sir, is stay mad. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story? Michael Rapaport, you were just a goddamn clown. Just go play in traffic, please, because you sound like the fool. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.